The 18 best flat track motorcycle racers in the world will line up in 3 rows of 6. Here is your starting lineup for tonight's Grand National Expert Main.
We actually have 19, ladies and gentlemen. Hammer and Hank Henry Wiles did not make it out of the semi. He is using a provisional start card. We'll start with rider in the 19th starting spot from Crystal, Michigan on the Don's Kawasaki. Number 17, Hammer and Hank Henry Wiles. In the 18th starting spot from Glenmore, Pennsylvania on the Memphis Shades Yamaha. Number 55, Jake Shoemaker. In the 17th starting spot from Salinas, California on the Zanatti Racing Honda, national number 80, Stevie Bonzi. In the 16th starting spot from Mississauga, Ontario, Canada on the Lawrence Racing Honda, number 73, Doug Lawrence. In the 15th starting spot, he took an 18th month break in AMA competition on the McElroy Packaging Honda from Willow Street, Pennsylvania. Number 65, Corey Texter. In the 14th starting spot, ladies and gentlemen, way back on row number 3. Starting in the 14th starting spot from Oakland, New Jersey on the MRT Honda. Number 21U, he'll have a new national number next year, Jay Maloney. In the 13th starting spot from Eatonville, Washington, on the FMC Dyno Center KTM 450, last year's Grand National Champion, number 1, the Bullet, Brad Baker. In the 12th starting spot from Salinas, California, on the Sammy Halbert Racing Yamaha, number 69, Jethro Halbert. In the 11th starting spot from Oxford, Pennsylvania, on the USC Kawasaki, number 44, Brandon Robinson. In the 10th starting spot from San Jose, California on the Cascoil Rush Racing Honda, number 54, two-time Daytona winner, 54, Mikey Rush. Starting in the 9th starting spot from Ventura, California on the Southland Racing Suzuki, number 98, Cale Kochman. In the 8th starting spot from Clio, Michigan on the Montgomeryville Cycle Honda, number 9, the Jammer, Jared Meese. In the 7th starting spot from Coatesville, Pennsylvania on the Ramsper Winery Honda, number 5, Jersey, Jake Johnson. And now we move our way into row number 1, ladies and gentlemen. Looking for my partner, see if he's out there. I don't see him. We're going to continue on in the 6th pick on the front row, ladies and gentlemen, from Morton, Illinois on the Weirback Racing Entry Honda, number 27, Robbie Pearson. In the 5th pick on the line from Morris, Connecticut on the Zanatti Racing Honda, national number 2, the King of Cool, Kenny Coolbeth Jr. 4th pick on the front row from Graham, Washington, 3-time Daytona Short Track winner on the Van Yamaha, number 7, Slammin' Sammy Halbert. 3rd pick on the front row on the ERT Rod Lake Honda, number 49, Chad Coase. Starting on the 2nd pick on the front row from Westerlo, New York, on the Scott's Power Sports, former Daytona winner himself, number 20, Matt Weidman. And the last pick on the front row, you're fast qualified for this main event on the Rod Lake Racing Honda from Salinas, California, number 14, Briar Bauman. They will give them 1 lap to check out the racetrack, and then we're going racing. This is the final race of the night. Our expert main event has pulled up to the line. Will we have a brand new winner? Will we have a first-time Daytona Flat Track winner? We're going to find out. They will give them 1 lap to check out the track, and then one of the pretty trophy girls is going to do the 10-second board. They're flipping coins. Who's going to go first, and who's going to stay underneath their coats and be nice and warm? Remember, we got 19 of them, ladies and gentlemen. As Henry Wiles used his provisional start card, we'll give him 1 lap to check out the track. The track one more time. It's been a while since these guys have been on the racetrack. Good time to get a nice practice start. They've earned their starting pick on the lines. They will stage them up right now. Grand National Expert main event. The final race of the night. Remember, we'll be right back here for They're talking things over with the officials, say it's a little bit too wet. They're talking things over, say it's a little bit wet. Gotta get the trophy girl off the track real quick before we do that. Don't want her to get ran over. She's too pretty for that. They're gonna give him one more lap since it's still a little bit greasy. That means it's a little slick if you're not familiar with flat track racing terms. Greasy is what they said on the radio.
And really, if they do give them one more lap, Scotty, that's about all it takes really to run that moisture in, isn't it, pretty much?
It's a lot of water down. So they give him one lap again to check out the racetrack. If we get a thumbs up from our riders, we will send them loose. It looks like we're going to do it. Expert main event, ladies and gentlemen. Come up. Some of them are still shaking their heads. They said, I don't know, maybe one more lap. I don't know. They're going to turn them loose, I think. We want to. They're talking things over. They want to go one more lap, I believe. All right, I believe they're going to give him one more lap, possibly. Trophy girl, we're going to do it one more time. Now we're going to give him 2 laps. We want to make sure the track is good and smooth and all the water has worked in. So we'll give him 2 laps to check out the racetrack. 2 more laps, they're calling 2 more sliding laps. Sliding laps right now. We got 2 sliding laps right now, and then we'll be ready to turn them loose. Want to work that moisture in. We'll make sure the track stays nice and fast. We'll stage them up and turn them loose. Looking at the fanschoice.tv is the race director, Dan Johnson. They said it looks good to him. We'll stage him up once again and bring him up to the line. Pit area will be open immediately following this one. 25-lap main event. Daytona Flat Track 2014. Round number 1 of the AMA Grand National Flat Track Series. Where are they going? You went past it. I can't even see the starting line anymore. They're working it in. Getting ready to turn them loose. You guys picked your favorite rider. You got to cheer him on. Who thinks it's going to be Briar Bauman, your fast qualifier for the main? Who's cheering for the 14? Who's cheering for the inside, number 27, Robbie Pearson? Who thinks it's the 49, the California kid, Chad Coase? Who's cheering for number 7, Sammy Halbert? Who's ready for the main event? And we are off. Kenny Coolbeth from the outside goes to the lead. Ladies and gentlemen, number 2's on the number plate. He goes to the front. It is Coolbeth. Now Chad Coase right there in the 2 spot. Slamming Sammy Halbert up there in the 3rd spot. 4th is Weidman. Here they come bringing him off of 4. Weidman goes through. Now Chad Coase goes to the lead, but he loses it. Just about goes down. Now Weidman comes up there into the 3rd spot. Halbert right there in 4th on the Vans Yamaha. Here comes Brandon Robinson. Shows the wheel up there on Weidman. We got 2 riders down in turn 2. It's Johnson. Johnson up and okay. And red is going to fly. So the 5 and the 65 go down. The 5 and the 65 go down. Bring out the red flag. Want to make sure our down rider was up and okay. Wow, that was a good start too. I was enjoying that one. It will be a complete restart, is what they just said over the radio. So a tough break for our leaders who got out front, but we will have a complete restart. The number 65, that is C-Tex, Corey Texter. That's my co-host on the Next Motor Champion Flat Track show. He's over there on the ground getting himself checked out. Looks like he's up and on both of his legs at least.
Yeah, that's heard every Tuesday night at 8 p.m. I was just getting ready to mention that. Corey's done a good job of making the transition over to being an announcer broadcaster, doing a really nice job on the show, and it's exciting to see him back in action as a Grand National expert here in 2014. But unfortunately, on the ground, but fortunately, even though he caused the red or was part of it, he'll go to the penalty stripe all the way back on the 4th row, Scotty, but at least he's still in this thing, and it's a total restart.
That's true. So he still has a chance, because we watched a few of the riders come from deep in the field earlier, and especially in that last race, we watched a couple of riders come from way back in the field. We're going to put some more stripes on the front straightaway. We'll stage them up, fire them up. It looks like Corey Texter in the 65 and the 5 of Jake Johnson were the 2 riders that went down. Those guys will go back to the penalty line. I don't know. They may be back there with the 17, or they might be back even further to another line. I'm not sure how that works out.
Well, you were asking about fans of this rider and fans of that rider.
Yeah?
I've got one for you.
Okay.
I want to ask these folks here at Daytona Flat Track, how many Kevin Clark Super Flagman fans do we have in the AMA Pro Flat Track ranks?
That's the best flagman on the planet.
Man, I love watching him. I know that a lot of you do too, and brag on him a little bit. Mark Marquez invited several of the top flat track motorcycle racers over to Spain for the Super Prestigio just a few months ago, and they sent a special invitation over for Kevin Clark to go to the Super Prestigio. They just wanted that American flat track experience. They wanted that man right there manning the flags, and we all watched it on live streaming. He did a great job. We're very proud of Kevin Clark. Engines are rumbling, and we're getting set to go with our main event for the Grand National Expert, Scotty, here at Daytona Flat Track.
And that was a great start for a couple of the riders, especially the number 2 of Kenny Coolbeth from the outside, which was interesting, and he shut the door right there. And then Coase also had a good shot. The California kid was right there in the 2 spot. Complete restart, though, so it reshuffles the deck, refocus, relines them up. Matt Weidman was up there on the number 20 bike, and it looked like the 44, Brandon Robinson, was on the prowl. And check that out. He was up to 4th from the 2nd row. I had my eyes on him. He's a previous Daytona Flat Track winner. I'm talking about last year. He actually won his first Grand National right here last year, and then he followed up with 2 Springfield Mile wins, ended up 3rd in the Grand National points. A few changes on the team. He now rides for the USC Kawasaki entry. They're waving up there in the crowd. I don't know who they're waving at. Is that your fan club or is that mine? That's the Hollywood Doubler fan club out there, probably.
You're the only one of us that has a fan club, partner.
Hey, man,
it's all about Hollywood.
I was on TV Monday night, you know.
I'm in total support of everything you do. That's all I got to tell you.
Appreciate it, partner. 6 years. This is our 6th year together. Here we go. Grand National main event. Pick your favorite rider and cheer him on. Looks like they're waiting for another rider back there in the hot box. Let's see who's missing. Looks like the number 1, the Bullet. Brad Baker's supposed to be out here. If he doesn't make it, he will go. Uh-oh.
I see a rider, but I don't see a motorcycle, and he's walking back. Here comes the KTM, though.
He's on a backup motorcycle. I'm listening to the radio, Barry. He'll go to a backup bike. He will go to the penalty line. 2-minute clock. He did request 2 minutes, so I don't know, something. He might have been involved in that wreck. I'm not sure, but he will go back to row number 4.
He's got a well-prepared motorcycle. That doesn't mean something didn't break on the bike. So, Brad, the Bullet Baker, our defending champion, coming from the 4th row. Scotty here at Daytona Flat Track. That's the man you're going to want to watch tonight. He's going to maybe put on a show.
Well, I'm listening to the radio, and it's not good news. His bike was not in the impound area. He went back to his pit area to get his backup bike. That is not allowed under the AMA rules. He said it was in the impound. I'm listening to the radio. They said it was in the impound area. So
yeah, they're talking about it. They won't let him out if it wasn't. They won't let it happen if it wasn't.
Here we go. They're getting ready to turn him loose. Grand National main event. Here we go. Watch the green light. And then we are off. Bauman from the inside. Weidman. Now Coolbeth once again from the outside. Down the back straightaway. 14 leads him. That is Bauman. Sammy Halbert is in the 2 spot. They're battling back there for 3rd. On back as the green flag is waving. It is Bauman, Sammy Halbert, and Coolbeth 1, 2, and 3. Look at him go at it deep in the field. It is Bauman looking for his first win of his career, ladies and gentlemen, right here at the Daytona Flat Track. It is Bauman and Sammy Halbert. Right there in the 3rd spot is Coolbeth. 4th is Weidman. 5th is Brandon Robinson from row number 2, and he is on the prowl. Mikey Rush back there in 6th, Meese in 7th, Coase in 8th. To continue on behind Coase in 8th is Maloney 9th, Wiles is in 10th. Wiles is in 10th, ladies and gentlemen, from the 19th starting spot. Keep your eyes on the 17th. Wiles is coming from the tail end of the field. Number 1 has been black flagged. They said his bike was not in the impound lot, so they're trying to get number 1 off the track.
Talking about Hammer and Hank Wiles, that's number 17. When you burn a provisional start card, Scotty, the pressure's on to make the most of it. He's riding the wheels off that Don's Kawasaki.
Keep your eyes on the 44, ladies and gentlemen, from the second row. He's trying to get up there to the 4th spot. I'm talking about Brandon Robinson. The number 1, Bullet Bad Baker, has been disqualified. He has been black flagged. He needs to get off the track. There's doing battle out front. The leader gets a little bit sideways. It is Briar Bauman looking for his first Grand National victory of his career. And now the number 1 pulls off. The champion pulls off the track. He's showing you he can still do a wheelie. Your leader down the back chute. It is the 14 in control. 14 leads him off of 4. It is Bauman, the 7 of Halbert, the 2 of Coolbeth. Remember, 25 laps is an awful long time. 4th is Robinson, 5th is Weidman, 6th is Mikey Rush, 7th it is Meese, 8th is Wiles. Keep your eyes on the 17. Wiles has come up to the 8th spot from the 19th starting spot. He'll be looking for the Motobat Hard Charger Award if he can keep on going to the front. Leader off of turn number 2 down the back chute, still the 14, the 7. We got a pipe. We got pipe on the track.
Rider down in turn 3, Scotty.
There's a pipe on the racetrack. We got a rider down in turn number 3. They're trying to get the pipe off, trying to get the rider up off the ground. Rider's up and out of the way. We're going to keep on racing. We got the pipe off the track. It's crazy right here at the Daytona Flat Track. It was Coolbeth that went down. The king of cool went down. Now we got Robinson up to the 3rd spot from the penalty line. Keep your eyes on the 44 all the way, I'm sorry, from the 2nd row up to the 3rd spot. It is Bauman. A lot of crazy stuff went down on the last couple of laps. Coolbeth comes from off the ground. He's back out there. 10 laps complete, 15 laps to go here at the main event, Daytona Flat Track. Down the back chute, it is Bauman. Halbert, 3rd spot of Robinson, 4th. 98 pulls off the track. Bauman out of the way. I'm sorry, that is not Bauman, that is Kolkman. Pulls off the racetrack on the 98. Your leader, the 14, ladies and gentlemen, has got it going on. Bauman, Halbert, Robinson in the 3rd spot, Weidman in 4th, Mikey Rush in 5th. He's going up the inside trying to take over the 4th spot. Mikey Rush charging towards the front. 11 laps complete. I always do it. Down the back chute is Bauman on the 14. Halfway flags coming out next time by, ladies and gentlemen. Halfway flags are going to fly for Bauman on the 14. Albert in the 2 spot. Robinson in 3rd. Mikey Rush, Matt Weidman, Jared Meese, Henry Wiles, Chad Coase, Stevie Bonzi, Doug Lawrence, Jake Johnson, Jay Maloney, Jethro Albert, Shoemaker, Pearson, Texter, and Coolbeth as they went across the start-finish line. 14 laps are in the book, ladies and gentlemen, out of 25. Leader down the back straightaway. He's going to be a happy young man if he can get up there on the box. I made a promise to him a few years ago when he got on the podium for the first time I would interview him. I ran all the way down the stairs and met him at Pomona. What's going to happen when he gets on top of the box? We're going to find out hopefully in about 10 more laps if he can hang on to it. I'm talking about 14. That is Briar Bauman. He's going to have 9 laps to go as he makes this turn, coming back this direction. It is Bauman. Sammy Halbert settled into the 2 spot. Robinson's in 3rd. Mikey Rush is 4th. Jared Meese now has worked his way up to 5th, and Henry Wiles is up to 6th, ladies and gentlemen, from starting in the 19th starting spot. Excellent use of the provisional start card for the 17. Leader off of 4, it's Bauman, Halbert, Robinson, Rush, Meese, and Wiles. They've kind of settled down just a little bit. Bauman down here in turns 3 and 4. Your leader, Salinas, California, on the hometown. He's sponsored by Rod Lake Racing Specialty Fabrication, and he leads them into turn number 1, Sammy Halbert. Three-time Daytona short track winner right there in the 2 spot. Third is last year's Friday night winner, the 44, Brandon Robinson. There's Bauman again across the start-finish line. 19 laps are in the books. Halbert still in the 2nd spot. Rush now settled into 4th. Back to Meese in 5th. Michigan's riders 5th and 6th on the track. We're talking about Meese and Wiles. Riders just about all the way around the Daytona Flat Track now. 20 laps are in the book. We got 5 laps to go, ladies and gentlemen. Only 5 laps left. Leaders on the back straightaway on that 450 Honda. The Rod Lake Racing entry. Bauman's going to have 4 more revolutions around the Daytona Flat Track. There's your leader. 2nd is Halbert. 3rd is Robinson. 4th is Rush. 5th is Meese. 6th is Wiles. 7th is Weidman. 8th is Coast. 9th is Bonzi. 10th is Johnson. 11th, Maloney. Doug Lawrence. Kenny Coolbeth. Jake Shoemaker. Corey Texter. Halbert. Remember, Baker's been disqualified. Kochman's off the track. Coolbeth has now shown 1 lap down. Coolbeth shown 1 lap down in the 17th spot. Laps are winding down, ladies and gentlemen. Here comes your leader. 2 more laps to go for your leader, the 14, Briar Bauman. Sammy Halbert. Brendan Robinson, your top 3. They've settled into 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. White flag's going to come out. There is your leader. White flag is out for the 14. Briar Bauman has 1 more lap around the Daytona Flat Track, and he'll pick up his first ever Grand National win, ladies and gentlemen. This kid is going to go crazy, I promise you. Last lap, here comes your leader in turns 3 and 4. Leaders off of 4. Let's put your hands together for the 14, Briar Bauman. He knew it. Sammy Halbert 2nd, Robinson 3rd. Mikey Rush, and we'll go through the field in just a moment. All right, ladies and gentlemen, how'd you like that main event? Winning his first ever Grand National, ladies and gentlemen, number 14, Briar Bauman. And he wins by 1.9 seconds over Sammy Halbert. Comes in 2nd. 3rd place, number 44, Brandon Robinson from the 2nd row. 54, Mikey Rush comes home in the 4th spot. That's 54, Mikey Rush. 5th will be Jared Meese on the number 9. 6th place from the last starting pick on the line. 19th to 6th is Henry Wiles. Matt Weidman 7th, Chad Coast 8th, Stevie Bonzi 9th, Jake Johnson 10th, 11th, Jay Maloney, 12th, Doug Lawrence, Jake Shoemaker 13th, Corey Texter 14th, Jethro Halbert 15th, Robbie Pearson 16th, Kenny Coolbeth 17th, Cale Kochman 18th, and Brad Baker was disqualified. He will take home the final transfer spot.
And you know what, Scotty, before we go to our victory podium, it's interesting that Daytona played such a pivotal role in Brad Baker's season last year. He went on to win the title, but he had a mechanical protest deal, an illegal part on the motorcycle out of Daytona, and it set him back a good bit. He was able to make it up. He's in a deficit here in race number 1, no question about it, to begin 2014. Let's give him just a moment to get collected. For those of you who are heading to the exits, be safe. Remember to take a checkup from the neck up before you get on those 2-wheelers, and be careful. We want you back here tomorrow night. Same time, same place, round number 2. It will be 7:30 start time for opening ceremonies, and things get underway in earnest tomorrow over at Daytona International Speedway to kick off the AMA Pro Road Racing season about 12 o'clock or so for opening ceremonies. We invite you all there.
Briar took his dad and his girlfriend Shayna Texter around on the victory lap on that one. He'll be around in just a second. Here, winner, he's going to celebrate all night, I promise you. But we're going to have victory podium up there. We need Sammy Halbert up there on the podium. Brandon Robinson also needs to be up there. And our winner will be up there shortly, Barry. Don't have that music clip ready for you, but we'll work on that for tomorrow. Hope you guys had a great night. Again, just like my partner said, you don't have to go straight home, but please go home straight. We want to see you all back here tomorrow for another great night. Round number 2. You can hear the engine is fired up, and it just shut off right there. We will start with 3rd place, and we'll go to the victory podium. And I'm sure a very happy young man will take his first Grand National victory. And we'll start with third place, my partner, Barry Boone.
Hey, thank you, Scotty. Welcome to our post-race show featuring Victory Podium. And we're going to start with the man that finished third here tonight from Oxford, Pennsylvania. I know you're happy to be on the box at Daytona. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Brandon Robinson. Hey, it's the first of 2 rounds here at Daytona Flat Track. Talk to us about your race and your feelings about your third-place finish.
I'm extremely happy. You know, we came from a long ways back on the second row on the outside, and man, we just kept pushing and pushing, and finally got into third, and started closing in on Sammy those last few laps there. But you know, regardless, I'm happy with our performance. The USC Kawasaki was working good. My mechanics, James Hart, did an awesome job, and just all the supporters behind us: Stevens Racing, Hot Shot Motorworks, Rye Helmets, AXO. Just everyone behind us, you know, I really appreciate it, and it's a great way to start the season.
Figure out some stuff for tomorrow night to maybe make it a little bit better?
Yeah, I think so. You know, last year we started off with a 5th the first night and won the second night, so hopefully it's looking better.
Ladies and gentlemen, did you get to thank all your people? Are we done?
Oh, yeah, I think
Give it up one more time for your third-place finisher, Brandon Robinson. We're going to make our way over to the man from Graham, Washington, who's found second place on Daytona Flat Track Box. Ladies and gentlemen, second place tonight in round 1. Give it up for Slim and Sammy Halbert. Sammy, welcome aboard. Second place here at Daytona Flat Track. We take that and move on, right?
Yeah, no, it was a good race. I got to give it up to Briar. He rode great. I thought I maybe was going to have something for him there at the beginning part of the race. I kind of closed a little bit, but then it was a tough track. I lost some time, and second was all I could do, so congrats to him. But, yeah, I also got to give it up to the track crew for really trying to give us a racy track. They, you know, this is a tough track to prepare, as we all know, but they threw some water on it, which I really like to see that, and it made it interesting. It was wet, slick, like they said they were going to try and make it, and it made it interesting, so we were able to kind of go off the groove and back on it and all sorts of stuff. So that was fun. Hope you guys enjoyed it.
Good way to kick off your night. Anybody else you want to say thank you to, Sammy?
Yeah, I got to give it up to my whole team: the Vans Yamaha, Fredericktown Yamaha, Flat Track Live, Millennium Technologies, Kibble White crew, my dad, Willie, and the whole crew for helping out. We put it together and got on the podium. I'm happy.
Great ride tonight for that man. National number 7, Slim and Sammy Halbert, second place here tonight. And I got to tell you, young man, it is really a thrill for me to get to interview here at Daytona Flat Track. Your win as an expert. What a big one it is for you, ladies and gentlemen. National number 14, Briar Bauman. Talk to me, Briar. I know it feels good. Your expert win in the record book. Now we move on.
Yeah, I can't really feel my arms right now. I'm having trouble holding this stuff up. I usually don't get tight, but I saw the cross flags, was like, man, I got to hold on to this, and I don't think I'm going to be able to, so I'm just happy I made it all 25. I went into the race going, man, let's get out with the top 5 and get some points so we can move on tomorrow and continue to work on points. That's all you really want to do in Daytona is survive, really. So to make it all 25 and win it feels awesome.
And your bike looked like it was just working like you wanted it to.
Yeah, it's kind of funny this offseason. I kind of decided that me and my dad were going to do it, and he decided that he'd help me out. So I can't thank him enough for setup. I can't thank Shannon Texter enough for putting the motor in my bike because I didn't do it. I didn't know how. And then race tech suspension, Jimmy Wood. Like I said last time during the heat race, I didn't get to test with him at all because we were working on bikes so much, but he came over and felt the bike out and said, here you go, man, go take her to the front, and it worked out great.
Well, my partner, Scotty, got to interview him in his first win. I get to interview him tonight here in Daytona, and I'm thankful for that. Your winner at Daytona Flat Track in round number 1 is Briar Bauman. He's got some folks he wants to say thank you to.
Yeah, I got to thank Rod Lake Racing, Drew Massa Transportation, Cometic Gassic, Specialty Fabrication Inc., K&N, Evans Coolant, Saddleman Seats, DFW Honda, Burnett Clutches, Fly Racing, Western Power Sports, and Motion Pro. You know, there's a huge group of people that put everything into the program and do what they can in a tight economy. So without them, I don't think I'd be able to do it. Especially Rye Helmets. Jeff Will, you hang out with him quite a bit, and he's a huge dork. So make sure you say hello.
Ladies and gentlemen, your winner at Daytona Flat Track in the experts tonight is Briar Bauman. That is your victory podium. We at AMA Pro Racing would like to say welcome to Cometic Gaskets as well, to our great family of sponsors joining us here for 2014. That's going to wrap up my part of Victory Podium and the show. Hats off to Daytona International Speedway. Hats off to the track crew. staff and management. Scotty Hollywood Dubler, hats off to you. Great job. Our 6th year is underway. We'll be underway tomorrow again with time practice qualifying in the afternoon and a 7:30 opening ceremony start time.
I know Briar Bauman forgot to thank his girlfriend Shayna, so thanks a lot, Shayna. My buddy Bauman's up there, forgot to thank his girlfriend.
Well, actually, he thanked her for putting the motor in the bike because he said he didn't know how to do it.
Right. As his first Grand National victory, he got on the podium for the first time at Pomona. The kids on a roll. Barry had a good time. Special thanks to the entire sound crew. They did a wonderful job with everything, and hope everybody liked the fanschoice.tv.
Yeah, and for wherever you are around the world right now watching on Fans Choice TV, if they're still hot, we say thank you for joining us here at Daytona Flat Track. We'll see you tomorrow night for round 2. Also tomorrow, things get underway somewhere around 12 o'clock over at Daytona International Speedway with road racing.
On behalf of Barry Boone, I'm Scotty Dibler. We will see you guys tomorrow from right here, Daytona Flat Track.